And we are underway from Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun now for Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 20! And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And they'll run again. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Gunners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's more on the return. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Come on now. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 2nd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And this will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Gunners have moved out in front. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Murray rolling to his left. He will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Mancovers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 19-yard line. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Gunners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gap.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Murray now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Gunners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Extra point forthcoming. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. High throw, but the catch is made. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Murray now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On play action, it's Murray. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack on 1st down, Murray finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Murray now on 1st down. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
2nd and 6 from the 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Gunners take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 10. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business.
Touchdown! Marquise Brown, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Gunners have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a lot.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they have the... football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the turnover, here's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Alex Highsmith
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, he shot in, C.D., like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Gunners get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Throwing now is Murray. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because They've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Murray going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Murray off play action. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Gunners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Steps away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Pickett back to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
It's brought in by Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Not too shabby for a First carry of the game, that's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Here's Murray from midfield. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the one interception. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. Less extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. First down, Murray. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 159 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back to throw it, Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every